10. Carry on Alice breaks their hearts again.
Pulling clear in the closing stages. Smart Call wins the Jambi Mid. And Smart Call comes home to win it in the main Chance Farms Paddock Stakes.
Very good evening and welcome to this edition of Breeding to Win. Yeah, it's sales time again, and just around the corner next week we're going to be having the CTS Select Yearling Sale. It's the April Yearling Sale. There's a select session and there's also day 2 where you can certainly get a lot of bargains. So floor prices, 50,000 Rand, your minimum bid for the select session, 20,000 Rand for the rest of the catalogue. Some great value I think will be had for all. Julie's with me for the show as well. I know you love sales time as well.
Always.
And this is a nice catalogue.
Lovely to have you in Joburg, firstly, Grant.
Thank you.
So nice to have you in the Breeding to Win studio. And yeah, I think very exciting times. Obviously, all the action is going to be in Cape Town next weekend with the sale on the 12th and the 13th of April. But I just quickly want to talk about the sale because it's a consolidation, in fact, of 2 very strong sales, all going into one. And of course, that was the April sale, which we had at Empress Palace before, and of course, the March sale. And looking at the record over the years, they've had over 33 stakes winners, 11 millionaires, and 3 Equus Awards. Yeah, no, that the sale speaks volumes for the quality of thoroughbred that gets offered on the sale. And it's a great catalogue as well, and great representation from a number of studs. And we've got quite a few of those drafts and inserts and some of the photographs for some of the farms that are going to be selling yearlings. So lots to look forward to tonight. So let's take a look at what you can look forward to on tonight's show. Well, tonight we chat to Vion Smith. We look at the draft from Aventure, Llama and Summerhill. We visit Birch Brothers, Madison Park, Stonehill Stud, and chat to John Costa about the Claverflay draft. All that and more on tonight's Breeding to Win.
Hits the front in the Oaks, her 1,000 guineas success, finding outclassed them, Architecture gallant in defeat. It's coming with a challenge and moves through into second, and it's Tarzan who has won the Investec Derby.
A length and a half away. He's 2 lengths in front. Chrome turns to gold. Smart Call wins the Jambi Mid.
Absolute thriller going to the line. It's Durban July.
Fiona Ramsden's been a busy lady this past week. She caught up with COO of CTS Sales, Vion Smith.
We're here at Durbanville Racecourse, and it's very exciting to see the stabling has all gone up for next week's CTS April yearling sale, which will be held on the 11th and 12th of April. And with me is CTS CEO Vian Smith to fill us in about what's happening. Vian, to start off with, it's a new innovation, doubling up the March CTS sale with the Empress Palace Select.
Yes, absolutely, Fee. And the feedback from the market was that there were just so many sales, and it takes time out of people's calendars and out of buyers' calendars, important enough. So I think the combining of the two sales really does make a lot of sense, and it now really does offer every type of buyer something to buy. We've got the select session on next Thursday night, where there's some really top catalogues from a variety of top breeders, and then second session on Friday, followed by a third session, which is also a new innovation, where we are selling a number of horses without qualifying for the $1 million races. So the race levy is not being applicable to those lots. So certainly something for every type of buyer out there.
And obviously a much bigger catalogue than we're used to because of this. And I've looked through the catalogue, some fantastically bred horses on it, some lovely young new stallions.
Yes, absolutely. And the sale's been, the old March sale, which was the regional sale, and excluding the select session, has produced some excellent horses. Horses like Dutch Phillips come from that sale. A horse like Safe Harbor that I'm quite lucky enough to have a little share in has also come off that sale. So there's been some real top sorts coming from that sale, and now combining it with the select session. And, as I said, it's just something for everything.
And obviously there's a chance for buyers and people to pinhook for the upcoming Ready to Run sale as well.
Absolutely, and last year, pinhooking was hugely successful last year. Guys certainly did very well pinhooking from all from the January sale and the March and April sales last year, but particularly from this March sale, making some huge returns with horses, finding something for the eye in March, and something that you expect to develop nicely over the next few months, and then selling it at our Ready to Run sale in November. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of pinhooking going on again, and just another reason to attend.
Well, the Breeding to Win team have been lucky enough to get around a lot of the farms. I must say the yearlings are looking fantastic. Really, really nice drafts.
Yes, absolutely. I've had some wonderful reports. We can't work out whether it's winter or summer yet. Today it certainly feels like summer, but the horses are looking great, and they'll hard to believe that it's already April, but the horses will be coming in over the weekend, and we look forward to seeing them all next week. And
obviously you've got a lot of interest and a lot of people getting their buyers cards.
Yes, for sure. We've been on a roadshow. Kerry Jack's been going around to the different racing centres and speaking to a lot of people, and we've already booked a whole bunch of flights for a lot of potential buyers, and we'll be running the CTS sale as we've become, or as our clientele have become accustomed to now. Really putting our best foot forward and making it a great all-round experience. Over and above just the excellent bloodstock on offer.
Well, your hospitality as well is always excellent, and it's lovely to kick off that first evening being an evening and everyone gets into a really good mood.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be having a little function on the Wednesday night. Kuda's actually sponsoring a little braai on the Wednesday night before the sale. Just a great time to catch up with with old friends and set the scene and get the atmosphere right for the sale to come.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for chatting to us, and best of luck. I'll see you at the sale next week.
Thanks, Fee.
Here is Soft Falling Rain, pull it clear. Soft Falling Rain won the SA Nursery by 3.
Bullards, Elliott, any old odds is going to slaughter them at the Canadian International.
I'll have another, has won the Kentucky Derby!
probably the best horse this year in the yard, and we need such kind of horses to win big races.
But it's too late. Vercingetorix in front, and Vercingetorix is too good. Vercingetorix in front of Forjat and Code of Honor, and the King of the Gulls has won.
Yeah, he was a tremendous horse, and he gave us a lot of pleasure, that horse. And he was a horse that went in 4 runs from a maiden to a Guineas and a Group 1 winner here. He accomplished a lot in a very short time. Typically Silvana, he got better as he got older.
Well, Heinrich Rix's Stonehill stud is certainly making their mark as a breeder. Fiona Ramsden took some time out of her busy schedule to see the Stonehill stud draw for the sale.
Heinrich Rix from Stonehill Stud, situated in Hatang, has a draft of 10 going to the CTS April yearling sale. The first one being on the select session on the first evening is lot 72, a colt, Brave Warrior, by new and exciting stallion Vercingetorix out of Auspicious Annette. Lot 276 is a filly, Classy Lass, by Captain of All out of Destiny's Lady. Lot 282 is a filly, Easy Now. She's by Elusive Fort out of Emerald Eye. Lot 289 is a lovely big colt, It's Him, by Elusive Fort out of Iona. Lot 307, another colt, Hold Your Horses, by Elusive Fort out of Hold On. Lot 123 is a colt, Fort Indigo, by Elusive Fort out of Leforti. Lot 157 is a lovely filly, Nordic Queen. She's by Ideal World out of Park Ridge. Lot 214 is a filly, Fairyland. She's by Noble Tune out of Tinseltown. Lot 228 is a lovely colt, Oyster King, by Elusive Fort out of Virginia Sound. 237 is a super colt, El Duke, by Duke of Marmalade out of Zoberfee. Stonehill studs certainly look to have a lovely draft of 10 going to the April CTS sale. Be sure to take a look at them at Durbanville next week.
As a racehorse, he ran a pair of seconds in his first 2 starts over sprints. He then broke his maiden when he first went over a mile. Straight out the maidens, he managed to reel off a group win over the mile as well. And then obviously big performance when he ran 3rd in that Group 1, the Derby.
Royal Bow, and here comes Gormley, followed by Iliad and Reach the World in Battle of Midway, trying to stave off the Moss pair. Royal Bow and Gormley battling strongly. Gormley looming into the lead now. Gormley takes the lead, and Gormley wins the Santa Anita Derby.
Whiskey Baron and Legal Eagle. It's Whiskey Baron who's claimed the advantage. No more from Legal Eagle, and Whiskey Baron goes on to win. Edict of Nantes is in front, the yellow cap. He's going on strongly. Nothing got a chance for him now. Edict of Nantes drawing away in the closing stages. Goes away to win it comfortably.
Edict of Nantes going great guns from El Sahem. Horizon's back 3rd. Edict of Nantes from El Sahem. Edict of Nantes takes it to another level. Lady of the House, give me 6 on the inside. Lady of the House pulls it out. Captain America from Trip to Heaven, and Captain America going great guns. Captain America to shine.
But the leader Sail South, and it's Sail South going on. Sail South will win it. Captain America 2nd.
Well, fantastic to have Summerhill Stud having a draft here in the Cape sales as well. They're sending 6 horses to Cape Town, and certainly champion breeders for many, many a year, and they bang in the hunt again this year, close up behind Claverflay in the breeders' race. And they've got some wonderful lots up for grabs here at the CTSL. Let's start with their first individual. That's lot number 92. And this is a very interesting horse. Lot 92 is a Master of My Fate colt. He's out of the Dubai Dancing mare, and certainly a pedigree that looks to have a lot of appeal for many trainers and astute horsemen. From the family of Cape Town Noir, Across the Ice and also Grandelier, certainly a colt that will attract plenty of attention. Next up is a filly, lot number 49. Now, lot number 49 is a very racy filly. She's by Pomodoro, who's got his racing career as a sire off to a very good start. This one out of a Master Craftsman mare, and again a very strong family below, laden with black type in the 3rd and 4th dam, and another filly that will certainly gather a lot of attention. We move on to lot 182. 182 is a bay colt. He's by Captain of All, and he's out of the Magok mare Ruby Cartel, herself a 4-time winner. Another very interesting pedigree here that looks to produce some really useful racehorses. If you're looking through the number of wins for some of the individuals, a 4-time winner, a 9-time winner, a couple of 3-time winners, certainly a racing family. We move on to lot 201 from the Summerhill draft, lot 201. And this is a Wiley Hall. Again, great raving reports about how the Wiley Hall yearlings look. He's a son of Redoubt's Choice, and he's obviously a Group 1 winner in his own right. This time, the foal is a filly. She's out of a Western Wintermare called Strawberry Line. And again, a strong Lammerskral family here. Solar, Traveller, Flying Ice, Strawberry Ice, and Gelberry. A lot of the individuals that fill this page with black type. We move on to lot 253. Another Summerhill sales graduate here, a Captain of All out of a black Minalush mare called Bridget's Toga. From the family of Black Toga, out of a Royal Academy mare, Bridget's Academy, another strong Australian family, and another one that should certainly get you some good value and some good racing experience once getting on the track. Captain of All did sell rather well at the Cape Premier Yearling Sale. Finally, their last lot on sale will be lot 261. 261 is another Captain of All, a colt again, this time out of a trippy mare called Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill is a daughter of Miss Galilee, who's a daughter of Galileo, and was a 4-time winner in her own right. Also from the family of a very useful performer from the Glen Puller Yard, Harlem Shake. An interesting draft brought to us by Summerhill Stud, and I'm sure they're set to have a very successful sale. When you think of breeding in South Africa, there's a name that you always just can't get away from, and that's the Birch Brothers. Focal Stud and the Birch Brothers, well, they've been synonymous with breeding in the country for a long, long time, and they have brought an exceptional bunch of yearlings to the sale this time round. Fiona tells us more. We've got some wonderful photographs from a stud farm that certainly looks to be going in the right direction.
Birch Brothers from Focal Stud, established in 1910, a nursery for legendary South African champions for over a century. Birch Brothers have a quality draft of 5 going to the April CTS yearling sale next week. We'll start with lot 4. This colt is by Pomodoro out of Let Us Begin, who is by Captain L. He oozes class and quality, very athletic, fantastic pedigree mating. The sire Pomodoro getting them to run. Lot 5 is a filly by Captain of All out of Loot of Jade, who's by Western Winter. A standout filly, very smart, athletic and well balanced. Specifically bred on the same lines as the great filly Carry On Alice. There is certainly a resemblance. Look no further. This could be the next one. Lot 94 is a filly by Twice Over out of Elegant Princess, who's by Thunder Gulch. This filly is scopy, stands over ground, she's really racy and well grown. Certainly seems the type that will run with a punchy pedigree to back her up. Lot 111 is a Twice Over colt out of Her Excellency, who's by Exceed and Excel. He's a really nice colt, strong, correct, racy, with plenty of substance, by a sire Twice Over who has shown he will be top class. Lot 159 completes the draft from Birch Brothers, and it's a colt by Vercingetorix out of Perfect Diamond, who's by Captain L. A well-balanced, strong, sprinter-type colt with plenty of substance. Looks like he will come early from the first crop of promising young sire, Vercingetorix.
Glenn Cotson trains at Woodhill Racing Estate, situated in the Paarl Winelands, an ideal location to pre-train and train equine athletes. The 30-hectare estate is a fully equipped professional training property with large green paddocks, hot walkers, 2 tracks, starting stalls, and Glenn has access to the Melkhorst Beach, where he regularly transports the horses to enjoy the cold, therapeutic Cape Ocean. Throughout the last decade, Glenn has produced multiple graded winners, including Badger's Gift, the TBA Paddock Stakes Grade 1, Big City Life, Vodacom Durban July, Lady Windermere won the South African Filly Sprint, as well as the Garden Province Stakes. Princess Victoria won the Alan Robinson Championship and the Garden Province Stakes. Glenn currently has Gold Standard, a striking son of champion sire Trippy, and an outstanding 3-year-old son of Dynasty, Eyes Wide Open. Glenn Cotson bases his principles on a good work ethic with the backing of a professional team, attention to detail, family values, and good friends.
Well, as always, Lama Scroll Stud have some top yearlings at the sale. They've got a small draft, but once again, some quality yearlings to look at.
Screll have got 4 very smart looking fillies going to the CTS April yearling sale on the 12th and 13th of April, and with me is Sally Bruss this afternoon to show us the 4 very smart fillies. I think they're in catalogue order parading around with us now, Sally, and we'll start with lot number 8, a Noble Tune filly.
All right, Fee, first of all, they're all out of young, unproven mares, so hence we're taking them to this sale. The first one, the Noble Tune, is a really nice filly. Her dam is by Western Winter, and the dam is a full sister to Accelero and Master Mascus, both very well performed horses, and this is the first foal.
I must say she's a good size, isn't she? She's a nice foal.
And she's beautifully balanced, lovely filly.
And then you've got lot number 21, a Marchfield.
Yes, she's a first foal as well, out of a Western Winter mare. A very successful family. The dam is stakes placed, and she has 3 full siblings that are stakes winners. And she's very athletic, very pretty athletic filly.
And 35 stands out, a very big wily horse. She's a
she's got great substance. She's good looking, very nice filly. Once again, out of a Western Winter mare.
And lot 57 is the Duke of Marmalade.
Yes, she's out of a half sister to Cape Town Noor. She's a typical Duke.
I must say they look to be a nice bunch, and they're walking out beautifully for us this afternoon.
They are. They're well conformed. It's difficult to fault them.
Well, it's always lovely to be here at Lammaskrel, and we've had a good look at the 4 fillies going to the CTS Cape Yearling sale in April, and I must say they're a very, very nice looking bunch of 4 fillies, and we look forward to seeing them selling on April the 12th and 13th.
Claverflay Stud are currently leading the Breeders' Log by R1 million. They always have a strong draft on the CTS yearling sale, and John Costa speaks to the Breeding to Win team and tells us what we can look forward to about the sale.
Clover Flay have got a superb draft of 24 going to the April CTS sale next week, and 21 of them are actually on the first evening, the select evening, and with me this morning is John Costa to chat to me about them. Firstly, John, this is a new innovation, the CTS March sale combining with the Empress Select, and it's a fantastic idea and it's a fantastic catalogue.
I think so, Fee. I think it was the right move to bring the sale back from Johannesburg back down to the Cape, allow national yearling sales to carry on in Joburg. I think it was a very good move. I think keeping the select session was also a very good move. And then even adding on a third day was also good. So I think from all perspectives for breeders around the country, I think the sales companies have done well.
And in general, it does look to be a really good catalogue, doesn't it?
It is, you know, that first day is select, you know, it used to be the select, as you said, in Johannesburg, and all it's done is moved down to the Cape.
And you've got 21 going on that first evening, select yearlings, and they do look to be a fantastic bunch.
They're a really good bunch, Fee. All horses that were not quite ready for the January sale. So these extra 2 or 3 months has made the world of difference to them, and I think we put together a nice team.
And you've got a variety of top stallions.
We have, you know, the whole lot. Silvanos, Dynasties, Captain L's. It's the second last bunch of Captain L's, so, you know, they're running out now. And we've seen what kind of a season he's had this year. So anybody who's serious about yearlings should be there to have a look.
And it's a great sale, not only for buyers to get new horses, but a lot of pinhooking goes on with a ready-to-run sale around the corner.
Correct, and the good thing I think about this is as well, you know, you're saving your costs because we're in the Cape and the ready-to-run sale is in the Cape as well. I know our Pinnacle Club certainly buys quite a few horses off the sale. There's a lot of value to be had. The floor price is very reasonable. So yeah, all in all, I think value for buyers and also great for the breeders.
And as I said, you've got a fantastic draft going and all set to move to Durbanville next week.
Yeah, we're all ready to go. We've got a lot of international horses on the sale as well, which is very exciting. Very nice Argentinian colt, whose dam is a half-sister to a Group 1 winner, and from the family of the mighty Invasor, who was American Horse of the Year. And I know Invasor was a horse who so nearly ended up with Mike de Kock. So he should bring a lot of interest, and then a lot of Rocket Gibraltars. We know how well he's done in South Africa. Camelot's also a horse that's really on the up in Europe. So really nice variety.
Absolutely, they do look to be a pretty special draft indeed. Well, we wish you the best of luck selling next week at the CTS April sale.
Appreciate it, Fee. Thank you.
Royal Italian up towards the outside. Jefter's just in front. Royal Italian is coming strongly. It's going to be close. Jefter and Royal Italian. Jefter last long and up from Royal Italian.
Chirolla's coming home strongly in the centre, and Chirolla's coming at 10th the Tiger. Lenz is fighting right back. Here it comes. 10th the Tiger has won it from in behind that Lenzer. Then Chirolla in behind that.
Lethal Weapon with 200 to go. It's tackled now by Cyber Special. It's Lethal Weapon and Cyber Special to fight it out. Lethal Weapon, Cyber Special coming home on the outside. Lethal Weapon with the hands. Lethal Weapon got there by a head.
Naddison Park are well represented at this year's sale with 25 yearlings on offer. Fiona Ramsden catches up with Hassan Adams to find out more.
It's always lovely to be here in Cape Town with Hassan Adams in his beautiful office. Naddison Park are sending 28 beautiful yearlings to the April CTS sale, which is going to be next week, and they do certainly look to be a pretty smart bunch. Hassan, lovely to have you on the show again. You really do look to have some superbly bred yearlings going to the sale next week.
No, thank you, Fee, and thanks for having me on the show.
But of course I must congratulate you on Time Thief having his first grade 1 in her time winning recently in Australia. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. I mean, really, for any South African stallion to produce a Group 1 winner at Rosehill is phenomenal. Even at Randwick, you know, I mean, those are the two top race courses. There's all excitement this year for her to do the $10 million race too.
Great excitement, and of course they're raving about her in Australia and the stallion Time Thief.
Yeah, look, James Bester sent me a letter, and it's quite amazing what this is. And James is regarded as one of the best bloodstock agents in Australia at the moment. I mean, he comes from South Africa, but we're proud to have him there, and the Australians love him. And he sent me a letter, which I just want to quote something from. He said, it's no surprise to me that Time Thief have come up with one of the best horses in Australia. He is the best looking son I've ever seen of Redoute's Choice, multiple champion sire of leading sires of sires, including current champion sire Schnitzel. As a 3-parts brother to South Africa's own multiple sprinter in a era laser fair from one of the best families in the Southern Hemisphere. He's a great mover and was a top-class racehorse in his own right. The pity for Dahlia and for Australia, it now looks like Australia's loss is South Africa's gain. He's done exceptionally well in Australia. He has had more than 60% winners to runners and multiple of stakes winners, Group 1 horses in Macau, in Hong Kong. I don't know if you can call that the real Group 1s, but nevertheless it's noted as Group 1, and a lot of stakes winners in Australia, and also winning the Group 3 Guineas and so on and so forth. And in the making is a couple of other fillies. There's a filly, I can't remember her name. She's won 6 in a row. And she's the next Inner Time by the looks of it, you know. And Inner Time, what can I say? She'll be champion filly of Australia this year. She's champion older mare maybe, because she's now a mare.
Well, her grade 1 winners come just at the right time for this sale. The Time Thief should be selling well.
Look, I must be very honest with you. I sold a beautiful colt at Book 1 for 400,000, and the buyer was Mrs. Plattner. She obviously likes the horse because of Laser Fair, and I think James also likes the horse, so he picked this colt. He wanted it, and anyway, look, we sold it for 400,000, and I was quite happy that the prices for Time Thieves has been very good. If you look at the average price of all the Time Thieves that we sold, it's over 200,000, and that's very good for a new stall in the country. But if you think about it, you know, in Australia this horse would now sell for a lot of money. I've already had people knocking on my door to ask me to send the stallion back, and he would stand in Australia for about $50,000, you know, and that's how stupid it is. But I am here to invest in the breed in South Africa. And like I've done with Give Me the Green Light, I refuse to sell it back to Australia. And I'll do the same with Time Thief. We need to find the stallions that can improve our stock, especially in the light of we being very close to exporting horses and lifting the export embargo. If that happens, I think this country will boom if we have the right stock and the right stallions, and I think I'm in the right space for that now.
Absolutely. And Charles and Debbie do such a great job at Nedison. I mean, this looks like a really nice bunch of individuals going to next week's sale.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's so many horses. I don't want to go through each one because it becomes a little bit boring, but you'll see from the pictures that you've shown, some of them are magnificent horses, beautifully, especially the Time Thieves. I mean, we've got 2 Time Thieves on the sale. That's my favorite. So one is out of two colts, 2 chestnut colts. One is out of a mare called Vishna, and one is out of a mare called Moon Mission. I mean, Daryl Hodgson, he raves about the Moon Mission one and the Vishna one. And then there's one out of a Galileo mare called All Because of You. Unbelievable specimen too. I mean, they are, give me the green lights, which I actually don't want to single out. They are all looking very good. I think it's going to be a good sale for people to afford to buy horses. My horses are on the entire draft is for sale. And then we've got some lovely Water Winters, a lovely colt out of a Fort Hood mare, very good female line. And we have, you know, Path Forks and JPEGs and all of those sort of things. And so there's a good mix.
Yes, well, it certainly looks like a really magnificent draft you've got going to the sale next week, and we wish you all the best of luck in selling.
No, thank you very much. And once again, you know, anybody that wants to send a mare to Time Thief, the service fee is going to be 20,000 Rand, a 5,000 nomination and 15,000 live foal. We are going to show him at Highlands on Stallion Day, so we're taking him to Highlands to be shown, and people and breeders are welcome to come and have a look at him.
One of the highlights for the Breeding to Win team is having their day trip out to Aventier to visit Pippa Mickelborough and obviously taste some of that fine breakfast that they have on offer as well there. And the Breeding to Win took time to go out and see Pippa. They saw the yearlings, and this is what they've put together for us.
It's always lovely to be here at Aventier Stud, and Pippa's got a fantastic draft of 5 fillies and 1 colt going to the April CTS sale next week, and they certainly do look a beautiful bunch, some beautifully bred individuals, and the team were here early this morning to see them running around in the paddocks. Pippa, you've got lot 1, 3, 4 going through the ring first, and that's a beautiful filly by Oratorio. She's called Rocketino.
Yeah, Fee, you know, she's maybe a bit medium size, a very lovely female line of Mocha Java, Mabola Plum, athletic, racy, quite a madam actually, quite cheeky, but seems to have everything in the right place. She could have been in Joburg horse, but I think she'll be fitted nicely in Cape Town.
Running around the paddock this morning, they look to have a lot of spunk. They're a lovely bunch of fillies. And then you've got a colt, lot 148, Duet by Oratorio.
Yeah, listen, this is a mare that I took on to try and do a mating I particularly liked. I've got it twice now from her. This is a nice colt, very correct, quite a strong horse, quite plain, sort of under the radar type of horse, but everything's in the right place, and he's got a powerful hindquarter like Dad.
And lot 213 is a lovely Var filly in good time.
Very fast looking filly, pitch black, dark like Dad, fast family, lovely mating with Damascus Gate, Damascus onto Stormcat, very smart, very athletic, and a good outlook on life, yeah.
And lot 224 is Curious Mind, another filly by Oratorio.
Yeah, very powerful filly, quite strong. I've had to be quite careful on her diet because she gets a bit heavy. Strong girl, correct, lovely family. It's that wonderful wise dame mastermind family of Aventier that's been prolific for us. But she looks quite a strong girl.
And lot 272 is Hot Money by Master of My Fate, another filly.
Another filly, lots of Jetmaster about her, grey in the tail, a lot of Western Winter because Mama's by Western Winter. So a lot of grey in the tail, very good looking, which I think is typical of the Master of My Fates. Good size, tall, very racy, athletic filly.
And lot 287 is Eurovar by Var.
I think this might be the pick of the fillies. A second foal of a good Rock of Gibraltar mare. She won a few races. This is a powerful filly, very correct, high quality, quite a smart horse. Hopefully she'll be able to stand out at the sale.
Well, they do certainly look a super bunch. Your routine here, obviously you have them walking, but they go out every morning, I take it, for their run around?
We normally walk the colts first. First thing is 7 o'clock, the colts will walk, and then we do normal stable routine, and then we'll walk the fillies at half past 9, and they come in at midday. So they're in the afternoon, out all morning, and I try and make the sale prep as calm and as stress-free. I must be honest and say, years go by, I used to do a lot more walking, and I just think they grow up more naturally playing in the paddock. As you saw this morning, they do a lot of running without me helping them.
Well, they've got super actions. I mean, they were floating around the paddock, and they've got beautiful coats. They really are looking well.
Coats are good, and the weather's been kind to us. A little bit breezy in the morning now, so 1 or 2 little bit of blankets later. But the weather's been kind as far as sales prep's concerned. Yeah,
it's a busy time of year for you. Lots of sales coming up. But best of luck next week at the CTS April sale.
Thanks, Fee.
It's a great time of the year. This not only is it sales time, but obviously the big feature races, they're lining up and gearing up for Champions Day. And we've also got the start of some of the feature races in KZN, Julie. So we've got the CTS sale this week. Obviously, Classic Day is always a big day with 3 Group 1s on the day as well. But then starting to get the hype ready for the Durban season.
Some fantastic racing at the moment, Grant, and I think we've seen it the whole year, where we've gone almost from the Summer Cup last year into a great, fantastic season down in Cape Town, back up here with some fantastic results and some top-class 3-year-olds. I think we've really got one of the strongest 3-year-olds that we've seen in a very long time, and it's all starting to get exciting now, forming into Champions Day. And as you said, already KZN are starting to heat up. So I think overall, you know, we've seen racing go through some ups and downs over the last couple of months, but racing survives. And one thing about horse racing is that the horses still come to the fore and produce the exciting finishes.
Well, you've heard so many speeches that the game actually, the whole thing hinges on the horse, the quality of the horse, the quality of the breeding, and obviously the quality of the racing that the punters enjoy participating and gambling in. But then we go back, and our next 2 shows for Breeding to Win are going to be national yearling sale shows as well. So it's not just sales time for Cape Town, but sales time here, national yearling sales, big book of horses, a massive catalogue. And interesting, it's going to be 2 nice shows there as well.
Very nice shows. They've got some of their opening bids. I think their first couple of select are 100,000 Rand as their opening bid. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But I think with the sales over the next couple of weeks, there's going to be horses for everybody. And I think that's what racing is always about. You know, it survives. And they're always on horses on offer. They don't know their prices. And at the end of the day, who knows? You could be the one that lands up with the next champion.
You've got to say, though, there's about 800 yearlings going on sale in the next 5 weeks. There's going to be value.
100%.
Buyers are going to be able to get to there. They're going to see horses that fall through the cracks, and it's going to be a buyer's market. So if you're wanting to get in the game, there's no better time than to start looking at horses now, because they're going to be affordable. The prize money is not bad. It's going up steadily all the time, and I think if you're looking to get a new hobby, well, it's time to start buying a racehorse.
Absolutely. And one thing about horse racing, whoever you interview, after they've had that first winner, there's no adrenaline rush like it. Everybody will tell you that same thing. There's no feeling like leading in your first winner.
News from Gavin Lorena front as well. I believe he's recuperating well. He got off quite luckily there, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a very nasty fall, and unfortunately he had to undergo 1 or 2 ops. But thank goodness he's come through that well, and he'll be off for a couple of weeks and hopefully be back in the saddle, maybe for the KZN season.
I'm going to give you a lovely project for an up-and-coming show. I'm going to get you to get Andrew Fortune and Ashley in the studio to talk about their new careers going forward, because Ashley obviously taking out her license. What a welcome addition to the training ranks that's going to be.
I love it. And of course, being a female, I know she will get her support. And of course, having Andrew Fortune as her backing, who I think they're going to drive each other mad. I actually feel sorry for Ashley in a way. But they do. They make her a great team. And I think a great horseman, Andrew Fortune. So I think that would be a great show.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think certainly worth just giving them a bit of a plug here on the show, and I think they're going to be an exciting team to watch as well. So racing, yeah, it's in a good space at the moment, and we must catch up with Adrian Todd soon as well, because obviously it'll be nice to get an update of just where he is. I think that EU audit is just around the corner, and it'll be fantastic to get an update from him insofar as our protocol requirements are going as well. But that's a wrap from our show. We look forward to seeing you in Cape Town. And again, as you said, if you haven't thought about going to Cape Town for the sale, I think maybe change your mind. There's going to be some great yearlings on offer at really decent prices. And I think you should be there to, just in case one falls through the cracks. And as you said, the floor price is 50,000 Rand, so you don't have to get too deep into those pockets to buy yourself a very nice racehorse. Jules, from your side, and looking forward to you coming to Cape Town, I think, for a wedding, is it?
I am. I'm going for a wedding, so I'm going to be, well, I missed out on Classic Day yesterday, so I'm looking forward to Champions Day. Hopefully we'll be back in the hot seat for that one.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to joining you the next 2 Sundays in a row. Both those next 2 shows are going to be pertaining to the National Yearling Sale. From us, good night.
Carry on Alice breaks their hearts again.
Pulling clear in the closing stages. Smart Call wins the Jambi Mid. And Smart Call comes home to win it in the main Johns Farms Paddock Stakes.